it's Ruben in the shop bringing you another weekend sales video. We had 50, count it, 50, sales on 3 platforms this weekend. We sold on eBay, Etsy, and Mercari. Lots of interesting hard goods, lots of media, lots of clothes. My name's Ruben. I'm a full-time reseller. I've been so for about a year now. Been reselling since, I believe, 2010. We are going to go through what sold. I'm going to let you know what it sold for. Most of the items, except for Mercari, are going to be plus shipping. And then, if I remember, I'll tell you where I got the stuff and how much I paid for it. Exciting times. It's fourth quarter, folks. If you are a newer reseller and you're not seeing that many sales yet, don't worry. I feel like we're all working towards the fourth quarter. So if you're new this year, next year is going to be your year, and you're going to make all that money leading up to it. Let's see what's leaving the shop. Here are the goods. Start left to right. I sold a couple of these Estee Lauder compacts. I got these at an estate auction, the Betty Sabo auction. We're already in profit with these, so these are going to be all profit. The elephant went for $27, and the fish went for $22. Sold these 2 little cuckoo clock Christmas ornaments. Not sure where I got them. They were probably part of some type of lot, and this was me just kind of scraping the bottom of the barrel, getting all the money out. They sold for $8. Sold more reel-to-reels. Last week I got these at the local auction. We're already in profit, so this is all profit here. Sold Ladies of the Canyon, Joni Mitchell for $50. Sold the Rolling Stones Through the Past Darkly for $64. Sold Johnny Winter, The Progressive Blues Experiment for $49. And sold Kenny Burrell, Guitar Forms for $85. Nice sale there. Sold this, got this from the same auction. No, I didn't. Same week, different auction. It's a oil show. It's a Jim Beam decanter. That sold for $29.99. This, what do you call this? It's an ashtray. I forget what you call this shape. I sold that for $20. I got that in a lot of ashtrays a while back. After I sold the first ashtray, we were in the profit. So, $20. Got this Reiku vase. It has all the paperwork inside with information on the maker. That sold for $20. I sold this Fisher-Price frog. It's like a pool toy. It's pretty beat up. I don't know where I got it and why I listed it. I ended up getting $4 for it, so we'll take it. Sold the Leonard Skinner cassette tape. This is sealed, new, greatest hits. That sold for $15, free shipping on that one. Sold the Bianchi. This is basically it's like a police belt. They call it like a utility belt. It's like the smallest size they make. Sold that for $29. And I sold this menu. This menu came from that big collection of menus I bought. I have 4 cents into it, and that sold for $35. So we'll go to the Etsy stuff. Had some really nice sales on Etsy. I sold this trophy. It's from the 40s, baseball player. That sold for, I'm running a sale in my Etsy store of 10% off. So I had it listed at $60, sold for $54. For whatever reason, I had free shipping on that one. So we'll call it $45. I'm going to put it in it's pretty heavy, regional rate A box. It's the perfect size for it. Sold these old McDonald's cups. After the discount, they sold for $18. This is cool. This is a little pin back. I like Beatles. It's lenticular. That's what you call that. It's old. Dairy value. That sold for $70. So $67. It came with that little ticket. I did some research. I was seeing if the Beatles had played ever at the London Palladium on September 3rd of any year. I couldn't find it. I'm just including it. I didn't have it pictured or anything. So when the person gets it, I'm sure they'll be happy to have a little extra. Sold some books on Etsy. Paperback, the Tolkien Reader. That sold for $13.50. Full of Flavor. That's a cookbook. Where is it from? It's from 1956 or 1958. Oak Park and River Forest Infant Welfare Society. That sold for $9. The biggest pop-up book. Let's see if we can. Boom! Pop-up books are great if you can find them. That sold for $13.50. And this MC Escher book, The World of MC Escher, that sold for $18 as well. On to Mercari. You might remember last week I was calling out Mercari to show up, and they definitely did this weekend. Sold the Doc Martin DVD set for $19, free shipping. That's going out media mail. Sold this little box cutter, Quaker State, that sold for $13. Another reel-to-reel, Simon & Garfunkel Bookends, sold for $33. Tracy Chapman cassette tape, that sold for $7, so super small set. Got this Cooking in the Land of Enchantment 2 weeks ago. I did a book haul, a bunch of books I bought in July and just had sitting in the back corner of the shop. That sold for $19. And a little lot here of fly fishing books. I forget where I got these, but I sold those for $20. And again, they'll go out media mail. I had 3 really big sales last night. Let me show you those. They're still on the wall. Okay, so these are Santos, folk art. They are representative of different saints. There's a long tradition of religious folk art in New Mexico. This follows down that line. These were done by Richard Burnquist. I got these at the Betty Sabo estate auction. The person who made the catalog had misidentified them, but I recognized them. The signature is hard to read, but what happened was this one here has the actual name of the artist on it, but it was nailed to the wall, so they weren't able to get it off and see it, so I kind of got lucky there. All told, I paid $140 for the 4. So last night, I sold this one first. This is Virgin Mother, Santa Maria. That sold for $130. And right after that, the same person bought this lady here, Santa Teresa. That sold for $130 as well. So I was very excited about that. Then I got an offer for this guy. This is a St. Jude. And they had offered me $100. I countered with $120. Then they countered me again with $120, but asked a question in the message section. So I accepted their offer. And after accepting their offer, they bought this one here, another St. Jude, the patron saint of lost causes. That one they paid $150 for, and then they contacted me and asked if I could cancel this one. I was happy to do it. They had just spent, what was that, $310 in the shop. Interestingly enough, these are going to a city called Bermuda Dunes. That's in it's near Palm Springs. What's funny about that, I used to live in Bermuda Dunes, and Bermuda Dunes is like this little sliver of land that's considered unincorporated California. So there's not that many people who live there. It has to be less than 1,000. So I thought it was curious. They're going to Bermuda Dunes, so I will make sure I pack those really nicely. Let's check out the clothing leaving the shop. Here's the stack. Lots of stuff. We'll start with this hat. It's a cool wool hat. It's a Stetson, actually. Disappointing part, look at that staining on the bill. I listed it because it's such a cool thing, and some people wouldn't really mind that it has that staining. I'm kind of in that camp. But that sold for $16. Next is some t-shirts. PSI on the move. I don't even know what this is about. It just had an old label, Stedman label. It is a single stitch. So that sold for $14. I have a pair of Fruit of the Loom, just plain white t-shirts. They're a little bit distressed. There's light staining on them. That's the old label. Again, single stitch. Those sold for $28 for the pair. So I'll take that. Next was this Deco Gecko. Also a single stitch. This sold on Mercari for $23. They did pay shipping on this one. I am starting to add shipping to some of my Mercari stuff. I feel like Mercari doesn't do as good of a job highlighting that it's a free shipping item. Sold this Puerto Rico shirt. Came out of the $500 closets. Again, it's a single stitch. This is what I'm talking about with a single stitch. It's just one stitch running along the bottom. Later on, they have double stitch. This is another Screen Stars label. That's an old label. Always looking for that. It sold for $19, free shipping on Mercari. Another Screen Stars. What does this one say? Square Dance, Capital of the World. Fontana Village, North Carolina. That sold for $20. And we got this cool Indiana Champion. Called that a heathered blue. It's actually an acrylic cotton blend, which is a little bit odd. Again, single stitch. That sold for $26. This was a little experiment I did. I buy a lot of closets. I buy out estate closets, and I get everything that's in the closet. Good, bad, ugly. Here's a pair of jeans. They're well worn. There were 3 pairs of them. They're Rustlers. That's the Rustler label. Rustler is a little bit lower end Wrangler brand, I believe. So what I did, because they kind of have a cool look, being that distressed, I decided to list the 3 pairs I had. I listed them at $30 a piece. Someone offered me $20, and I said, yeah, that's great. So those are out the door at $20 plus shipping. Sold this pair of silver tab Levi's. They are the oversized fit, made in the USA. They sold for $45. This is a newer pair, or a new pair, new old stock, I don't know, new with tags. A pair of Levi's silver tab. These are low and loose. They've sold for $60. Some of these long johns, Reed St. James, with the butt flap and everything. These sold for $23. I imagine someone's gonna wear these on Christmas Day or for Christmas photos, something like that. Sold this cardigan. It's an alpaca blend. Had it for a long time. I think it's really cool, but just didn't really have that much interest in it. Finally sold it for $20. Just a classic Levi's chambray red. This one sold for $22. Got the Ralph Lauren brushed flannel. Nice shirt. It's kind of a classic. That too sold for $20. So this Jersey's Raglan sweatshirt. Raglan is this cut here. It is a triple XL, really big. I undersold this. I don't know. Well, I've had it forever. That's why I just let it go. I should have revamped the listing. I could have gotten more for it. I only got $16 for it. Next, another Raglan sweatshirt. Vail, Colorado. This little ski graphic. That sold for $23. It's cool. This is the Chicago Bulls. It's like a short sleeve sweatshirt. Patch graphic. Salem, yeah. This is a Salem label. They did a lot of sports stuff. That sold for $26. This finally sold. This is just a Raglan sweatshirt with a collar. It has this cool kitten graphic. This sold for $36. What happened with both of these items is I sent out offers in the morning, and let me know if this has been happening to you. Ever since eBay implemented where I can send offers to buyers, occasionally I'll send offers. So these were both on sale. This was at $35.99. This was at $25.99. And I sent those offers out, and people purchased them, but they purchased them at full price. So I don't know if there's some type of glitch, or like if it's confusing for people when they receive the offer. I've only one time had someone say, hey, I thought I was getting this at $20. It's charged me $24. And in that case, I said, oh, let me refund you the $4 because I kind of think that's what's going on. But I don't want to just blanketly be sending out refunds if that's not the case. I don't know if me sending out offers is boosting the listing on the in the algorithm. Maybe that's happening. But let me know if you are experiencing that or if you've heard anything about that. Next is Patagonia. It's a small, nice fleece. I think it's a women's, and that sold for $31. Sold this cool thing. What does this say? Royal Tailors out of Thailand. It's like a robe, a short robe. I sold it as a smoking jacket. It has some light staining on the front. I got it out of a closet. This went for $75. I sold this cape. I got this at the Antique Mall. It was from one of my favorite booths. I saw it in there. It was like $7.50. It was just something that I wanted to have in the shop. I wanted to sell it as well. I got $35 for that. And finally, I have this giant cloak, hooded, kind of cool. Reminds me of the Handmaid's Tale, which is not the best thing, but this sold for $75. It too came from the Betty Sabo estate, so that Sabo estate is really starting to pay dividends. Hopefully we get that big painting to sell. I bought a painting there for a few $100, and we're hoping to get $1,500, $2,000 for it. Anyways, until then, well, until tomorrow. How about that? That's what's leaving the shop today. Lots of shipping to do. Very excited. I'm hoping you're having a good Q4. I'm having a pretty great Q4. My name's Ruben. I'm having a good day. Hoping you're having a good day. Let's talk again.